Greetings, friends, and welcome back to the Reconstructed Game Room and our first battle report of 2025. Yes, it's been a minute since we shot a game in here. If you've been following the channel for a bit, then you might recall that 2024 was a bit of a catastrophe for us. And so we spent most of 2025 rebuilding, reorganizing, reassessing, and rebranding. And so here we are today using our original channel name from way back in 2017, and hopefully back on track to consistently play games and shoot videos. To kick off the new era, today we present the first on-screen playtest of Slamfire 28, our homebrewed sci-fi skirmish rules. We'll be playing the zombie apocalypso grab the cash scenario using Soldier of Fortune crews, represented today by classic Necromunda, Escher, and Orlac gangers, though you could use just about any generic soldier figs you wanted, including GW Imperial Guard and Chaos Cultists. That was sort of the intent behind Slamfire 28. We wanted to make a clean, easy-to-play game engine that made sense to us, did the things we wanted it to, and worked well with a lot of the standard squads in our mini collection, particularly figures from 40K, Mantic, Void, Warzone, etc., of which we have many. Side note, if you like the way Slamfire 28 plays or don't, please let us know in the comments. We could certainly make the beta rules, crew sheets, scenarios, etc. available down the road if there was some interest. Okay, so the premise of today's scenario is that there's been a zombie outbreak in the party district of a tropical resort town. As the crisis unfolded, a local dispensary attempted to move its cash reserves to a safe location, only to have its truck and security team overrun by undead cannibals, leaving these zombie-infested streets littered with bags of dirty, filthy money. So before the regional junta sends in their jets to firebomb the entire quarantine zone into ash, two squads of opportunistic mercenaries are trying to rush in and grab as many satchels of cash as they can while avoiding the roving hordes of hungry revenants. Both Lynn and I will be fielding identical wrecking crews from the Soldier of Fortune crew sheet, which will consist of one captain rocking a power sword and a magnum, troopers with assault rifles, a gunner with a light machine gun, and an incinerator merc lugging a flamethrower. The game-controlled NPC belligerents in this scenario will, of course, be the ever-popular Living Dead, whose stats and in-game behavior are outlined in the Zombie Apocalypso scenario sheet. Zombies in other Slamfire 28 scenarios might have completely different stats and behavior depending on the setting and objectives, but these zombies here are freshly infected vacationers just looking to feast, drink, and generally run amok before last call. Our crews will each be setting up in a convenient safe zone where they are considered to be out of sight and out of reach. Their goal is to raid the party district, grab as many bags of cash as possible, load the loot into their locally commandeered transports, and then quickly skip town before the bombs fall. We'll explain the Slamfire 28 rules a bit as we go, but it's important to note that each team will receive a cache of 5 Slamfire dice each turn. These very special dice can be used to supplement a player's dice rolls during the turn, or can be spent as currency to perform special actions and reactions, giving models a quick power-up or additional options if the guano really hits the fan. Unused Slamfire dice do not roll over from one turn to the next, however, so spend them wisely, but definitely use them up before the end of the turn. Okay, let's get started. Lynn and I will quickly set up the board, and then we're going to roll to see who draws the first activation card on turn 1. Okay, we set up the game table, we built the activation deck for this turn, we have our game tokens and our Slamfire dice. For this scenario, we each get 5 Slamfire dice per turn, no more, no less. So my squad, the Citron Maniacs, are back here on this side, and they've set up a little hologram barrier to shield them. They can cross it at will. But once they're beyond it, then they're out there in the zone and anything can happen. And if they grab a bag of money and can touch the truck, they can drop it in for free. So they want to get as much money as they can. And we'll say anybody in the safe zone when the game ends can keep their money. But if they want to drop it in the truck, then maybe they can venture back out and grab some more money. And here are the Dozer Elites back here with their commandeered transport. I guess they're going to try to blend in as they make their escape out of the city. And they're going to try to grab money. And I guess we've said both teams need to get 2 bags of money just to cover basic expenses like bribes and extraction fees. And if any of the fighters die in the zone, if they don't make it home, then their team will have to come up with another bag of money to pay retirement costs. But anything beyond that is sweet, sweet profit. So the board is set up to be as symmetrical as possible, so hopefully both teams will have an equal opportunity to grab some money. And we don't have to be adversarial. Maybe we can just be civil and collect money. But I guess, if opportunity presents itself, who knows what might happen. Anyway, let's see what happens here in turn 1 of Zombie Apocalypso. We're going to roll to see who draws the first activation card. I got a 4, Lynn got a 3, so I will be drawing the first card. But Lynn, if you would, please draw my card for me since you're on that side. A Jack. Jack is a black card, which means I activate a fighter. Either one of my fighters or one of Lynn's fighters, though if I activate one of her fighters, then she will choose the activations, obviously. But I think I'm just going to activate one of my own. So here's the holographic barrier. It's basically a duck blind back here, and fighters are allowed to go up the staircase if they want to, though if they do, then they will become visible. So they will be outside of the shielded area. I'm going to have my captain burst free from the concealed area. He's going to do a rapid move over here to a little ladder, which is on the side of this container. So that's one action. The captain can move 4 inches cautiously, so he can move 2 inches up the ladder and then another 2 inches, which should get him to the bag. And then he's going to be extravagant and buy a third action. With a Slamfire die, you get 2 regular actions, and you can spend a Slamfire die for a third to pick up the bag. So he rushes forth and picks up a bag of loot, because we're not fooling around. We're not going to get bogged down in fighting zombies and find ourselves with no money as the bombs are falling. So I have spent the Slamfire die. Now I'm down to 4 this turn, and we're off to a good start. All right, Lynn, you want to draw a card for yourself, and you also get to activate a fighter.
My captain is Jezreel over here, and she is going to do the exact same moves that his captain did. She's going to go up with a rapid move, climb up to the bag with her second cautious move, and pick up the bag using my Slamfire die.
Okay, so 3 actions. Normally you get 2 actions. You can spend a Slamfire die for a third. So both captains have seized a bag of money because they're on the clock and they got bills to pay. All right, would you please draw me an activation card? And it is a black card, so it is another fighter. So I get to activate another fighter. I have a trooper right here with an assault rifle. His name is Charlie. And Charlie is going to burst out of the duck blind, out of the hidden area, and make a rapid move. He can move up to 6 and get over to this bag. He does not have to move in a straight line, but he can get up to that bag. And with his second action, he will seize it. So Charlie has seized a bag of money, but he is kind of out in the open amongst the walking dead. Okay. So Lynn, is it your activation?
Yes, it is.
Go ahead and draw a card. Joker is a special event. So go ahead and roll and see what our special event is. 1.
Sprinters give every upright, undamaged zombie not in base contact with a fighter an immediate free move action. Then give any undamaged prone zombies a free stand-up action. Okay,
so every zombie is going to move 4. And here's how it's going to work. If they cannot see a fighter, they're just going to kind of shamble in the direction that they're facing. If during the course of that movement they get into line of sight of a fighter, they will pivot and start moving toward that fighter. And if they can see a fighter right off the bat, they'll just move that way. One exception to that is that if fighters are not viable, if they're not a viable target because they're up off the ground and zombies don't climb ladders, then zombies are going to ignore them. Though we are going to say that the truck here is a climbable large objective because of the muffler, the wheel wells, the windows, stuff like that. So zombies and people can climb up on the truck if they wish. Anyway, this zombie is going to pivot this way and move 4. It's going to shamble toward Charlie. This zombie is going to kind of move up toward the truck, kind of pivot that way. This zombie is going to move toward Charlie. So the car here is a medium objective, so zombies can just kind of climb up and over it if they want to. The truck is a larger objective. The zombie can make a 4-inch drop if it wants to. So this zombie will probably drop this way, or I guess we'll kind of move over here and then drop like so. And then when they drop like that, they fall over. So that zombie is now prone, but it will rise on its activation. And did we get everybody? We may have missed a few while we were yabbering, but we have moved most of the zombies, with the intent of moving all of the zombies, but at least most of them got moved. So Charlie really wanted this bag of money. He's a go-getter, but now he has some special friends who want to say hi. So there are 2 jokers in the activation deck. That is the first one. Go ahead and draw.
For you.
For me. And another joker. So this is another special event. I guess it's good to get them out of the way. And this is a 6.
Endless Horde. Roll 1d6 and place half that many additional zombie models rounded up evenly around the transport truck.
Okay. So we started out with 12 zombies, right? And we're not going to place any additional zombies unless some of these original zombies are depleted. So if some zombies had been killed, then we would replace them. But because none have been killed so far, we just stay at 12, which is the max we're going to have in this game, so the game does not get out of hand. But later, after we kill a few, if we get that again, then they'll replenish, they'll respawn. Okay, now Lynn draws an activation card, and a red card means zombies.
3 zombies activate.
Okay, so if it was an ace, it'd be 1 zombie. If it was a 2, it'd be 2 zombies. A 3 means 3 zombies activate. So you got to pick 3 zombies and then move them accordingly.
I'm going to be nice and not activate the 3 right around Charlie.
Charlie appreciates that. Okay, so the zombie cop is activating. He's the first one. This zombie here by the dice tray, he is the second zombie to activate. And the third zombie is starting over here by the transport truck, and he's wandering this way. And since these zombies are activating on their activation phase as opposed to during a special event, they will each get an activation token to show that they activated. Okay, go ahead and draw a card for me. That's a black card, so that's another fighter. So Tony, my incinerator, can only make 1 rapid move per turn because he's hauling heavy tanks of napalm. And his rapid move rate is only 5 inches because he's a bit slower than some of the other fighters. And I think if he drops his flame template right here, he can hit all 4 of these zombies in this clump. So that's what he's going to do. So Tony, the incinerator right here, sets these zombies on fire. On their activation, we'll have to determine what happens to them. So they could burn out, they could burn up, or they could charge into combat and set somebody else on fire. So it's a little bit of a mixed bag, but anyway, they're on fire. All right, Lynn's activation, a fighter. So one of your troopers, which trooper is that?
That is Chaos. Chaos is going to do a rapid move, then a cautious move, and pick up the bag using one of my Slamfire die.
Okay, so that's Chaos, a trooper with an assault rifle, and she has basically run over and picked up a bag of money. So I guess that's my activation. Go ahead and draw me a card, please. Another fighter. There's going to be a bunch of zombies at the end. You realize this?
Yes, that's dangerous.
Okay, I have my gunner right here. That's Eggy. He's got a light machine gun. He can rapid move 5. So he's going to try to get over here like so. So Eggy's right here, and he's going to shoot his light machine gun at this zombie. Eggy has a base shooting skill of 3d6, and the zombie is defending with an impressive 4d6 because of its lack of vital internal organs. When attacking or defending, any individual die result of 5 or 6 is counted as a success. However, successful defense dice block successful attack dice, so Eggy needs to get more successes than the zombie. As I said, Eggy is shooting with 3d6 with no modifiers to increase or decrease his dice pool, but I am going to supplement his roll with 1 Slamfire die, bringing his dice pool up to 4d6 for this shot. 1 success. Zombie blocks it. Eggy will spend a Slamfire die to shoot again, though this time he's just shooting with 3d6. And the zombie is still defending with 46. We need something to happen. 2 successes. Zombie gets 1 5. So the zombie got 1 success. That blocks one of Eggy's successes. So Eggy has 1 5 left. That rolls on the injury chart. And let's see what happens. 3.
Knocked down.
Knocked it down. So Eggy knocked it down but didn't hit anything vital. And so that zombie's knocked down. That slows it down anyway.
Yeah.
All right, Eggy. All right, Lynn's activating. What's your activation card? Another fighter. All the zombies are going to be at the end. How did that happen?
That's kind of terrifying.
Okay, so Calamity right here. That's your gunner, and she's going to go up the stairs, huh?
Yep. She's going to do a rapid move up the stairs.
So Calamity is right there on the staircase, and she is going to shoot into the courtyard at this vacationer in the green shirt.
She's going to use her light machine gun. So normally it's 3d6, but since she's in an elevated position, she gets 4d6.
Right. And the zombie is defending with 46 because it has no functioning internal organs. Calamity got 1 success, and the zombie got 2. So that zombie blocked the shot, took a couple of shots to the chest, but didn't die or anything. Would you like to spend a Slamfire die and shoot again?
You betcha.
Okay. So that takes you down to 2 this turn. They replenish next turn, but they don't roll over. Go ahead and shoot. 1 success, and the zombie got 3.
Whoa.
So this zombie takes a couple of machine gun bullets, but does not expire. Would you draw a card for me, please, on my activation? That's 2 zombies. So this zombie here on top of Christine is going to basically move about a ½ inch, about 1 inch down, and kind of go over this way toward...
That's chaos.
Chaos. We keep forgetting a certain rule which says that when somebody fires a weapon, the nearest zombie not currently facing in their direction pivots in their direction. So we'll have to remember that. And for the second zombie, I'm going to select this one here that's prone, and it will just stand up. And now it's your activation. When you draw 1...
One zombie.
So you're going to activate this guy here who just escaped from the hospital?
Yes.
If you activate a zombie that is burning before they actually do anything, you have to roll to see what the fire does. So go ahead and roll. 4.
Extra crispy.
Okay, he burns up.
Extra crispy. Remove the zombie model from play.
Extra crispy. That's what we like. So he will go in the reserve pile. And if we get respawning zombies, then he'll be one of the ones who respawns. Okay, go ahead and pull an activation card for me, please. That is a fighter. I have a couple of fighters. 1 fighter.
1 fighter left.
So one of the nice things about these zombies moving around is there's now some bags of money that are not terribly well guarded. So I'm going to have my trooper, that's Baker right here, make a rapid move out of the safe zone. That's the first action of his activation. Then for Baker's second action, he'll make another rapid move, boogieing toward a juicy bag of money. And I think I'll spend a Slamfire die to give Baker a third action so he can make it all the way to the bag. He can't pick it up quite yet, but he's right there. So that's Baker, and he's moving fast. He just wants to grab some loot and hoof it back to the truck as fast as he can. So it's your activation.
There's an awful lot of zombies left.
All right, well, let's see what happens.
1 zombie. I'm going to activate this zombie right there.
All right, so that zombie is on fire. So go ahead and roll to see what happens. A high number would be great. 6, it burns up. So that zombie just goes poof and becomes a non-issue, but it is in the reserve pile, so it may respawn later on. Okay, would you draw a card for me, please? 2 zombies, 2 special zombies. There's 1 zombie down here that is prone and on fire, so we'll go ahead and activate that one and see what happens. Maybe it'll burn up. It doesn't quite. It is
slow roasting.
Slow roasting, which means it just stands up. It's still on fire.
And who else?
So this one here is going to activate eventually, and so I'm just going to go ahead and move it up. It's going to get into base contact with one of my troopers, but it only gets 1 action, so it's not fighting yet. All right, so Lynn, it's your activation. We're getting down to the bottom of the activation deck for this turn. You have a fighter. I think I activated all my fighters. I think all my guys are activated. You still have 2.
My flamer here, Calamity, is going to do a rapid movement, 5 inches, out to here. And then she is going to flame these zombies over here. So she can go up to 8 inches.
So Calamity moves over here and drops a flame template on these 4 zombies here and surgically avoids hitting any of the dirty, filthy money because we don't want to burn that up. Fire is so useful. When you get the right die roll, if you get a bad effect and they just run around while they're still on fire, setting everyone they touch on fire, that's probably not the greatest. So the cleansing power of gelled gasoline has hit all of these zombies and some of these zombies over here. And so, yeah, there's a lot of fire going on there in the middle of the courtyard. Now it's my activation. A fighter. I've used all my fighters, so I'm going to use that activation card to activate one of your fighters. That's your last little trooper.
So Riot is going to do 2 rapid movements over to the building.
Okay, so Riot moved over here, did 2 rapid moves, and is now going to spend a Slamfire die for a 3rd action to shoot. Which one? This one here?
That one that hasn't activated, yes.
So you're going to spend 1 Slamfire die to get a 3rd action, which you did. That's the shot. And your last Slamfire die to boost the shot. So you're shooting with 46.
2 hits.
2 successes. And
oh my goodness.
Zombie got 3 successes, so unfortunately that didn't work out.
That did not. Sometimes life is like that.
All right. So my activation phase, go ahead and draw. It's going to be some zombies. 3 zombies. Who's left? Who hasn't activated? So I'm going to activate these 3 ones that are on fire. So we'll start with this one here. 2.
2 is slow roasting.
So this one here is still on fire, and it's going to move toward the closest visible target that's viable, which is probably going to be Baker right here. So this zombie is going to move 4 inches toward Baker, clambering over the car. So the flaming zombie moves over here, gets on top of the car, and there's Baker right there. And he's like, what? So there's 2 more zombies here on fire. We'll go with Mr. Green Shirt there. 2.
Slow roasting.
Slow roasting, same thing. So Mr. Green Shirt here is still on fire, and he's going to move 4 inches toward Charlie. He's going to kind of go this way, like so.
And the last one.
So this zombie's on fire. 1. Fire goes out.
Fire goes out. Activate the smoking zombie as normal.
And that zombie probably will also kind of move this direction, probably toward the incinerator unit, like so. So they're moving in. We really need some of these guys to burn up on the next turn. All right, so that is the end of the turn. We're going to go ahead and collect our activation markers and rebuild the activation deck, and we will get right into turn 2. All right, we're now in turn 2. So I drew the last card of the last turn. You draw the first card of this turn, and you activate a fighter. So you're activating Chaos, your trooper, who has 1 bag of money. And what is she going to do?
Chaos is going to do 3 cautious movements to go drop off the money at the truck.
Okay. So because she's encumbered, she's moving cautiously. So that's 3 inches, 3 inches, and 3 inches. So spend a Slamfire die for that 3rd action. And she can drop off the money at the truck for free. So she just drops the bag into the truck. So there's 1 bag of money in the truck. That's enough to pay the border guards to let you across the border. But then you got to pay the helicopter crew to extract you out of the country. And then you want some profit. So a good start, but you're not in the black yet. Okay, draw a card for me, please. 3 zombies. So I think I'm going to start by activating this zombie right here. It's on fire. So let's see what happens from the fire. 2.
Slow roasting.
Slow roasting. It is still on fire. So after careful measurements, we determine that the zombie is going to move toward Calamity over here. Did Calamity set that one on fire?
Yes.
Oh, that's poetic justice for you. So 2 more. We'll start with the farthest ones back. We'll start with this zombie here who's on fire. We really could use a extra crispy result. 4.
Extra crispy.
Extra crispy. It just burns up. That's good. That puts 3 zombies in the reserve pile. And then, so these 2 guys are on fire. Let's try Mr. Green Shirt right here. He's been a thorn in our side. So let's see what happens. 4, and he burns up. I like this.
Nice rolling.
So he gets incinerated, which thins out the mob a little bit because you don't want to be in hand-to-hand combat with a bunch of flaming zombies. Your activation, a fighter. So Riot, your trooper, way over here, is going to take a rapid move.
Move up to the bag and pick it up.
Okay, 2 actions.
And then she's going to use a Slamfire die and move another 3 inches.
Okay, she's going to move cautiously because now she's encumbered.
So that the zombie can't see her. Or at least one of the zombies can't see her.
So she's right there, racing toward the truck. Draw an activation card for me, please. A fighter. You can have your Slamfire die. We'll put that in the spent pile. So Charlie right here has a bag of money, and he's in base contact with this zombie. So he is going to spend a Slamfire die to disengage. That is a special action. Allowing Charlie to back up 1 inch, taking his bag of money with him, and now he's no longer in base contact with that zombie. So the disengage was his first action. For his second action, he's going to make a regular cautious move. He can't move rapidly right now because he's lugging a big old bag of money. Then he's going to spend a Slamfire die and move again to get as close to the truck as he can. So that puts Charlie right about there with his bag of money. So he hasn't quite dropped it off yet, but he is close. He's in the hidden area. Now it's Lynn's activation once again, and she draws a fighter. Your captain, Jazria, is going to do 3 cautious moves. To the edge and down, that's kind of 1, right?
Yep.
So 1 cautious move to get down off the crate, another cautious move because she's encumbered to get over here.
And then a third one to get to the truck.
To get to the truck, and she can do a free drop off to drop it in the truck. Money, money, money. All right, 2 bags of money in the truck. Very nice. So now at least you'll get out of the country. All right, would you like to draw an activation card for me, please?
2 zombies.
2 zombies. Let's see what we have. Well, we're going to move this guy then. He's going to move this way 4 inches. Like that. And maybe this guy here. It's nice they only move 1 action, though with the special event.
It can be really bad.
They can move again, or they can fight again, or they can spawn some more zombies. All right. So, your activation, go ahead and draw a card.
Joker.
Speaking of special events, let's see what happens.
4 is Rage. Give every upright, undamaged zombie in base-to-base contact with a fighter an immediate free action. I don't think we have any because you moved out of base-to-base.
Right. So if these zombies were in base contact with a fighter, they would get an extra fight action, but they're not, so they don't. So that's good. All right.
Oh no.
And the other special event. That's my activation?
Correct.
Okay, let's see what happens. 3.
Rage again.
Rage again, rage against the machine. So they're raging, but they're not in base contact with anybody, so that's all right. Woo, that lucked out.
We did luck out.
Okay, this is for you.
2 zombies.
Zombies. So there's the zombie cop right there.
He's going to move 4 inches toward Calamity. And then the one over by the car is the only other one that won't reach someone, I think.
And he activates. Like so. Moving in. My activation card is a fighter. So there's a flaming zombie right here, which is closing in on Baker. So he is going to move. He's going to go ahead and pick up this bag of money with 1 action. Then I'm going to spend a Slamfire die and give him 2 cautious moves to get him this way. So he is running for the truck as fast as he can, hauling a bag of money. Now they can carry more than 1 bag of money, actually. They can carry as many bags of money as their grit score. But perhaps it's best just to take what we can right now. Okay, is it your activation?
Correct.
Another fighter.
So I'm going to activate Calamity and move a cautious move of 3 inches.
All right. So Calamity backs up.
And then I'm going to use my flamer and drop it right here to catch these 2 on fire.
Okay. So both these guys are now on fire. And Calamity is right down there, backpedaling as she fires the incinerator. Okay, I guess it's my activation.
3 zombies.
3 zombies. Woot woot. Since we killed a few, there's probably going to be more zombie cards in the activation deck. then we have zombies on the table, which is fine. So I suppose I'll activate this flaming one and hope for the best. 5.
Extra crispy.
It burns up. Whoosh. Then there's this one here and this one here. And this zombie here will move up almost to the fighters. And this zombie here will get into base contact with my gunner. So that'll be interesting. It can't attack quite yet, but it wants to. So, your activation, go ahead and draw a card. Fighters.
Let's see, I've got one left.
So you're activating Artie, your light machine gunner. And she is going to fire way over here at this flaming cop zombie. So Artie is elevated, that's good, that's an extra die. And you're adding a Slamfire die as well. Go ahead. 1 success because of the Slamfire die. And the zombie did not block any of them.
Good, so 1 hit.
So roll 1 die on the injury chart. 6. Brained. The zombie is dispatched. So that zombie is now out of there. Okay, so Artie wants to shoot this zombie here. There's some cover from this corner. So she's going to move up, right?
Yep.
So she's going to fire down at the zombie.
And then I'm going to use my last Slamfire die to take another shot.
So the zombie is defending with 4, and Artie is shooting with 4 because of elevated position. Artie got 1 success, and the zombie got 1 success, so that's blocked.
Had to try.
Did you spend all your Slamfire dice?
I did.
I still have a few, but
you still have a lot of guys left.
All right, is it my activation?
It is.
A fighter. Let's see. So Eggy, the gunner here, is about to get mobbed. He's in base contact with 1 zombie, and 2 more zombies are closing in. They have all activated this turn, which is good. But Eggy needs to get out of there because zombie swarms are very dangerous. So Eggy's going to spend a Slamfire die and use his first action to disengage. That's a special action. And that backs him up 1 inch. Now he could try to shoot from right here, but his light machine gun does not do well at short range. So he's going to spend his second action to back up so he can shoot without a 1d6 penalty. And then we'll spend another Slamfire die to give Eggy a third action so he can shoot. That leaves me with 1 Slamfire die left, which I'm going to hold in reserve. Eggy is shooting with 3d6, but gets no successes, so the shot automatically misses. All right, whose activation is it?
Mine.
So Lynn activates. She draws a black card. All of her fighters have activated, so she's letting me pick which one of mine to activate, which is very kind. So Tony, the incinerator unit, is going to activate. He's going to drop a template on these guys like so and set them all on fire. And for his second action, Tony is going to go ahead and back up about 5 inches. So this is the final activation of turn 2, and this would be mine. And it is my last fighter, which is going to be my captain. So Captain Abel is going to go ahead and take a cautious move. He's going to move 1 inch to the edge, 2 inches down, 1 inch over, so that's a cautious move. He's carrying a bag of money, so that's all he can do. But he moves pretty quickly, cautiously. And he's going to move 4. And then he's going to spend a Slamfire die, my last one of the turn, to take a third action and get adjacent to the truck and drop off his filthy bag of money as a free action. So there is money in the truck.
And that is the end of turn 2.
So at the end of turn 2, the Cetron Maniacs have 1 bag in the truck. There's another bag of money right here and a third bag of money right there. So that's looking pretty good. The Dozer Elites have 2 bags of money in the truck and another one on the way. So I think we're going to make turn 3 the final round today, since this is a demo game and we've sort of been explaining things as we go, and I don't want the video to drag on too long. I think for this scenario, a 4 or 5 turn game is probably more typical and allows the crews to explore a lot more of the zone. So we're going to quickly go ahead and collect all the activation markers. We're going to rebuild the activation deck, and we will do 1 more turn and see how much money we can put into the trucks. So at the top of turn 3, Lynn is going to draw an activation card. One of her fighters. Okay, the Dozer Elite. There's a machine gunner here, a captain here, trooper here, incinerator there, another trooper over there.
Riot is going to make 2 cautious moves and then drop her money in the truck.
So you are officially in the black, which is good. All right, it's my activation. The black card means I activate a fighter. So Baker right here is going to take 2 cautious moves to get toward the truck and spend a Slamfire die to get all the way to the truck and drop in the bag. So I have 2 bags of money, so at least these guys are getting out of the country. All right, your activation, a fighter.
I'm going to take Calamity back into the safe zone and cluster around the truck.
All right, since we're abbreviating this from 4 turns down to 3, it's time to rally around the truck. All right, this is my activation. So Joker is a special event, and let's roll to see what it is. 2.
Sprinters. Give every upright undamaged zombie not in base contact with a fighter an immediate free move action.
All right, so that means these flaming zombies move this way, and this way, and this way, taking their fire with them. Fire. Then there's this lady up here who's on fire, and she is on top of the car. So who's closest? Probably Tony over here, don't you think? So I think she's going to move this way toward Tony, taking her fire with her. Quite a lot of flaming zombies here. Maybe some of them will burn up during their activations. And anybody else? Oh, there's one over here. You can kind of go like that. A couple of zombies over here. This one's going to go a couple inches this way, a couple inches this way. And this guy is going to go about 4 inches, like so. All right. This is your activation?
Yep.
A fighter. Okay, who's activating? I guess Artie, huh?
Artie's going to shoot at this zombie.
So she's going to shoot at the zombie. Elevated position with the machine gun. That's 4 dice plus a Slamfire die. Ooh, that's 4 hits. That's pretty good. I don't know. Zombie blocks 2. Okay, so you have 2 successes left over. So roll them. Take the highest result. A 5.
5 is damaged.
So Artie right here fired at that zombie there. Damaged it. So it would be attacking and defending with 1 fewer die, and if it got damaged again, it would be dead.
So she's going to shoot again at that same zombie.
All right. So it's defending with 3d6 now.
And we're going to use a Slamfire die to up it. 3.
3 successes. So, and the zombie blocked 1. So you roll 2 dice, take the highest result.
Damaged again.
So the zombie is damaged again, escalating its condition to brained, which means the zombie is dispatched. All right, and then you can spend a Slamfire die for a 3rd action.
To get into the safe zone. So Artie is going to move down the staircase into the safe zone so she can escape with the rest of her crew.
So all of the Dozer elites are in the safe zone and are ready to evac out with their 3 bags of money. One of which will have to go to the border guards, one of which will have to go to the helicopter pilot, but they get to divvy up whatever's left in 1 bag. All right, this is for me. 3 zombies are going to activate. I'm going to activate this one over here because he's far away from me. He's on fire. Let's see if he burns up. He does. He burns up.
Poof.
Nothing but ash and smoke and a pair of shoes. Here's another zombie right here. We'll see if that one burns up. That would be great. No.
Slow roasting.
Slow roasting. So it moves 4. Can't quite reach anybody. Just moving in. And the smell is horrible. So that's that zombie right here. Moving in on the guys. And 1 more. And I think I'll move this guy here because he'll move his 4, but it's not going to cause any problems. He will move like so. A single zombie attacking is not that bad. When there's more than 1 in base contact, though, it does get bad because for every additional ally they have in base contact, they attack with 1 additional die. So a couple zombies or 3 zombies in base contact with you could be a bad thing. Lynn's activation. Special event. All right, we don't need sprint or anything nasty like that at this juncture. 5.
Endless horde.
Okay, so that's going to spawn some zombies, so go ahead and roll. One zombie. You can place one zombie near the truck, near the dispensary cash truck that was trying to make it out of town. May I have a card, please? A fighter. So we're going to take Tony. He is going to move into the safe zone like so. So he's out of harm's way. Tony set quite a lot of zombies on fire, so he did his job. And is this your activation? All right, draw a card. A fighter.
Riot is going to move up to here, shoot the zombie.
Okay, so Riot, just out of spite, is going to move up to there and shoot from here, way over here at this zombie. Are you going to spend a Slamfire die?
I need the Slamfire die to get back in.
Oh, okay.
So no.
So that was a long-range shot, only 2d6, so no successes.
She just wanted to out of spite. Then she's going to use her Slamfire die to get back in the safe zone.
Okay, my activation. Go ahead and draw a card. A fighter.
Going to get the other one in the safe zone.
Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and get Eggy into the safe zone because he wants to be safe. So Eggy moves in. Let's just for fun roll to see if these zombies will burn up on their activation.
Okay.
But first, since everyone is in the safe area, let's say that on his activation, Charlie will throw his bag of money into the truck. Then these 3 zombies will activate at some point, and 2 of them will burn up.
Yeah.
So 2 of them burn up, and 1 is just slow roasting and continues its relentless march. So the Citron Maniacs squeaked out a small profit, so they have a little bit of money after paying bribes and extraction fees.
As did the Dozer Elites.
As did the Dozer Elites. And there's not that many zombies left. 1, 2, 3, 2 of which are on fire, and then 1 more right here. We didn't have too much trouble with zombies in base contact this game, which is good, but I think we were playing conservatively. Just grab the money and run.
But in our test game, we got a lot of extra zombies on the specials.
Yeah, I think we had more zombies on the table too. We had about 16 zombies, and so it was hard to even get out of the safe zone to collect some cash. All right, folks, that is our first on-screen playtest game of Slamfire 28. We hope you enjoyed it. As we do future games, we will introduce more and more of the rules. This was a pretty simple game in terms of terrain and stuff like that. There wasn't a lot of dangerous or deadly terrain, and a lot of other weapons, like grenade launchers and snipers and things like that, didn't come into play yet. But we will unveil all of that and more as we move forward with future games. So Lynn, what'd you think?
I liked it. It's simple. There's not a lot of math. It can go pretty quick, but there's a lot of things that can happen with the specials to really throw some twists in there.
Right. The Hand of Fate can definitely throw a wrench into things.
And die rolls can be your friend or your foe.
That's right. You can shoot at a zombie and take it out, or it can just kind of ignore the bullets and stagger forward like a relentless cannibalistic ghoul. So we had that happen quite a bit in the last game. All right, thanks as always for stopping by. We really appreciate it, and we hope you enjoyed today's presentation. Please do leave us a comment in the comment section and let us know how we're doing. And wherever you are, we hope things are going well, and we will see you soon.
Hope to see you soon.